Good evening and welcome to Western Hall. It's game 25 of 26. We're almost to the finish line, guys. It's for the third place matchup between the Canton Little Giants and the hometown, the Macomb Bombers. Guys, how are we feeling about tonight's game?
Feeling good. This should be a good one, too. These two have had a great rivalry over the years. Macomb years ago playing in the Thanksgiving tournament in Canton, and so these two teams go way, way back, and I expect another great game like we just saw. Hopefully not overtime, but a great game between Canton and Macomb.
Some free basketball in the last game.
You know what? We can't complain about getting stuff for free, but I tell you what a game we just witnessed, and I think this has got the potential to be just as close. I don't know if overtime's in the books or not, but you never know. The Canton Little Giants, you know, they've been one of the most impressive teams, I think, in this tournament. Even though they're here in the third place game, you know, they played some really good basketball against some really good teams. Macomb, obviously, the home squad, they're going to have the crowd behind them. It's going to be loud. It's going to be awesome. What an atmosphere to be at here at Western Hall on the campus of Western Illinois University. 2 more games to go. It's crazy that this tournament has almost come to an end, and we got a great one here for the third place game.
Yeah, so the Canton Little Giants, and we're talking to you live on the Ron Elby Auto Sales pregame show. Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta, and with 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.ronelby.com to check out their inventory. And on their pregame and postgame show, we get some interviews going in the MDH halftime show, so don't turn off the TV in between the middle of the games, of course. You know, listen to those interviews to get some good people out here at Western Hall for these games.
Yeah, Dwayne able to come up with some good interviews throughout the course of the tournament and getting the coaches involved as well.
By the way, before we go much further, I just pulled up the chat here. I was a little slow getting it started here in this game. Fortnite King, 1492, just gave us a super chat of $499.99
Holy
to help out our friends, us here at TSSR Game Time. I'm serious in the truck. You can go to the chat and check it out yourself. But yeah, we got a $500 donation super chat. Fortnite King, whoever you are, thank you. We appreciate it. And, you know, if you feel like giving a donation, it doesn't have to be $500, but any little bit you can give to help out TSSR obviously goes to help out the production. But Fortnite King here, as we get ready for the third place game, gifting us $500. We certainly appreciate that. And what a way to kick off game number 25 there, fellas.
To say the least. Fortnite King, thank you much. That's I've never seen that happen before. So
Fortnite King in the chat. W from Luke. W from Mike Douglas joining us there. Everybody giving W's to the folks there at Fortnite King. So whoever you are,
awesome.
thank you.
How about that? Thanks for the guys in the truck putting it together. Here we are. Chris to my right, me in the middle. That's John, and Wyatt Reed bringing you all 26 of these games. And, man, it feels like we're at the finish line, and we're right there, guys.
We are. One more to go. Well, 2 more to go as we're getting set to tip this one off. And you know, it should be a great rest of the evening here. We had a dandy consolation game, a huge comeback by Monmouth Roseville, down 26-4, came back to win. Overtime game there for 5th place, and things shaping up to be great here for the 3rd place and championship game.
We're going to send it to a quick break here as we get set to meet the starting lineups. We'll get those in a moment. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
When you trust your healthcare needs to MDH, you'll receive the highest quality, compassionate care from our nationally accredited medical departments and award-winning staff. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing exceptional care right here in Macomb. We also accept Aetna, HealthLink, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and most other insurance plans for your convenience. McDonough District Hospital, your regional healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
I think the rewarding parts of my job are seeing people over time and seeing getting to know them and getting to know their families. And that's very exciting to see them and get them better over time, especially if I'm able to find out something that other places haven't. And that's kind of what drew me to family medicine. You know, I try to get along with people and treat them as I would my family. Do what we can to get the patients taken care of day in and day out. It's pretty supportive. I'm Dr. Michael Waters. I'm a family physician here at the McDonough District Hospital Family Clinic.
Looking for big opportunities close to home? Your path to success starts here. At Spoon River College, small class sizes lead to big futures by giving you hands-on attention and personalized support every step of the way. Spoon River College. It feels good to be here.
Over the years, we've told you about the benefits of choosing Spoon River College.
Affordable.
Transferable credits.
Career ready.
A culture where students feel like they belong.
Wow, that brings a tear to my eye. And while all these are true, there seems to be one thing that, well, sticks. So let's give the people what they want to see.
Enrollment is now open.
Western Hall, the Ron Elby Auto Sales pregame show. We are going to take a look at the Macomb Bombers starting 5 here in just a moment. As you see this fancy graphic popping across the top of your screen, they stick with the same 5 pretty much for the most part. Nolan Hogue wearing number 0, Drew Watson number 1, Nick Elby wearing number 3, Isaac Linebaugh wearing number 5, and Carter Havens wearing number 12 for Macomb. We will take a look now at the Canton starting 5. Here they are. Sivante Stokes, the senior, wearing 0. Gavin and Lakin Otto wearing 3 and 10 respectively. Braxton Rock wearing number 11, and number 23, Easton Lusk. We've seen a little bit of him here this afternoon as well. That is Macomb and Canton. Macomb will be wearing their black uniforms, the alternate blacks with the orange stripes, white pinstripes on there too, the white numerals and the Bomber logo at the top of their backs. And for Canton, they'll be in the home whites with the gold trim and some purple lettering as well on there. Those some sharp uniforms. All white shoes for them, so they keep it coordinated on that behalf. We'll turn it over to Wyatt with some YouTube comments.
Yeah, comments flying in here. Of course, before the donation there, again, thank you to Fortnite King for the $500 donation here to TSSR. We greatly appreciate it. Supercell is saying, let's go Little Giants. Many Little Giants fans watching tonight. Mike cheering on Macomb here tonight. Jim saying cheering on the Bombers tonight, class of '86. And Supercell saying if Canton can get going in the first half, they'll be in trouble because we've seen all season this tournament, Canton a second half team. That's a nice bucket there for Hogue right off the start.
So Nolan Hogue picking up right where he left off. Not exactly right where he left off, as he left the game early in foul trouble in the last game we had for Macomb in their game against the Illini West. The Illini West will be next. They'll play in the Battle of Hancock County against West Hancock here after this one, all on TSSR Game Time Live. As that shot up by Braxton Rock, it's good to tie the game at 2.
Patrick Murphy saying it should be another great game. We certainly agree with him there. And then Mike is saying, let's go class of 38. Is that right there, Mike?
That is
quite the 38.
Put him as 1920. That would be
105.
I don't know how necessarily maybe true that is, but I'm not going to discredit you, Mike. Class of 38 is 106 years old. Wow.
Dahl joining us, Macomb Bombers there in the comments. So, and how about Drew Watson getting things started? You know, the talk about in the last game was kind of the slow start that he's had to this tournament and able to hit a 3 right off the get-go here. Big news there for the Bombers.
Yeah, red hot as Drew Watson knocked that one home, and Canton misses on one side of the court, and the Bombers bring it the other way with Nolan Hogue. 22 on the shot clock, 6:20 in the first quarter left. Still very early in this one. Isaac Linebaugh driving baseline, can't get the shot to fall, but grabs his own board. Hogue, baseline, and we got a blocking foul. 2 shots are coming here on, we'll see who the foul's on. It's going to be on number 23, Easton Lusk, his first personal foul, and Nolan Hogue at the free throw line for a pair.
Yeah, nice play there inside, getting the contact and earning a trip to the line here for Macomb as the first one up and good for Nolan Hogue, who's had himself a pretty good tournament here. One of the big X factors here. Macomb goes about as far as Nolan Hogue will take them here as
Hogue
offensive rebound again.
So second chance point here for Macomb. We'll see what they do. 16 on the shot clock here for the Macomb Bombers, who are up 6-2 early on. Isaac Linebaugh puts it up and can't get the roll the rim. And the Little Giants will come the other way with it. It is Lakin Otto with the basketball. He's working there at the top of the key with Carter Havens. Dump it down on the pick and roll. Beautiful move for Braxton Rock in the flush at the rim of the toilet. You guys know the old toilet flush right there,
Yes.
all around the toilet bowl.
Absolutely.
We haven't seen a lot of those this tournament. And we got a push foul here. I think this is going to be on Otto. Sure is.
It will be Gavin Otto, his first, team second.
So Rock has all 4 of the Little Giant points and a little bit of spread out scoring between Hogue and Watson. Drew Watson with the basketball. Fadeaway jumper, good. Drew Watson. I think he's a perfect 2 for 2 from the field here this evening.
Supercell asking the question here, Beth Canton with the basketball here. Do you think Canton should have gotten a seed in this tournament? I mean, they're certainly making the argument that they might have deserved one here playing for the 3rd place title, as that's a nice shot there by Stokes.
Civante Stokes knocks home 2. We'll get to that question in just a moment. And actually, we'll grab that one at the next break because there's a lot of comments we could talk about there with Canton. That's definitely a good question there. So we'll come back to you, Supercell, here in just a moment. But we'll get you at the next dead ball break as Hogue drives to the basket, and it's blocked there. A good play by Lusk, saved by the Little Giants. They go the other way. Down low, it's Stevante Stokes with the up and under for 2. Stevante Stokes. 8-8 is the score. Giants and Bombers all tied up. Lakin Otto trying to say something about that, and that was poked out of the hand there as Drew Watson almost fell into our lap here on the.
About smacked our computer screen here too, as he just went swiping for that ball.
The bottom of your screen, the score bug says final, and it should say first. We'll get that fixed for you here in a moment. I'm sure it will be fixed. There it is. That's crazy how you could just, one word and boom. Zeke Gandy down low, couldn't get the finish there. And the Bombers come the other way, tied at 8. Down low, LB lays it up and in, and Otto jumped right into him, and surprised there was no foul there as LB gets his first 2 points of the night.
Good patience there by LB not to go up and shoot a crazy shot there with contact, able to wait until his defender got away from him.
Shot up and good for Civante Stokes, and right now Civante Stokes is definitely playing his way onto this all-tournament team.
I think Civante Stokes has been one of the most impressive players in this tournament. You know, the way he runs the offense here for Canton, and he's a big reason why Canton certainly has gotten that buzz over the course of these 3 days of, hey, did Canton possibly deserve possibly a seed here? Civante Stokes is a big reason why. He has been excellent here over the course of 3 days.
Absolutely he has. He's still in the basketball game right now as they kick the ball into the backcourt here. It's Kellen Martin with the basketball as they swing it up top for Hogue. Now to Watson on the left wing. Puts it into the corner. Havens dumps it off as 10 on the shot clock. Got to get something going here. It's Watson for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound fought for, ball almost out of bounds. Heads up Alyssa, our camera lady down there on the base sideline, as she almost got taken out. Good to go. 10-10 the other way. Otto blocked by Hogue. Staying here. So it'll be Little Giant basketball.
Jonathan cheering on the Little Giants here. As comments coming in, of course, talking about the championship game a little bit later tonight, which we'll have here on TSSR as well. A lot of excitement for that one, the Battle of Hancock County, excuse me.
Should be a fun one. Those guys don't like each other.
Play there.
Devontae Stokes, and he gets it to fall, but I think it's going to be on the floor. It sure is. So Cooper Hobson is going to pick up the Macomb foul, foul number 1 for him. And Devontae Stokes will inbound the basketball. We're tied at 10. 2:44 remains in the first quarter.
How many times have we said in the NBA that would have probably counted in the NBA?
Quite a lot, especially today. Devontae Stokes with the basketball on the far side. Gets the screen from Gandy. Doesn't take it, now does. Goes to the rim and falls down. Offensive rebound. Zeke Gandy put up the shot, no good. Rebound again. It's Devontae Stokes. This is going to be a third chance here for Canton. Gandy fighting down low. Counting a foul for Zeke Gandy.
We've seen some weird bounces of balls in the hoop tonight. That one down and almost back out before it dropped in.
Take another look at it here. Zeke Gandy, the big fella, getting inside and working through the contact. Not going to slow him down.
Just taking a look at the, he was watching that ball just go up and around and around and around. Is it going to fall? Is it going to fall? Sure is for Zeke Gandy. So he gets his first 3 points of the night and becomes the third scorer for the Canton Little Giants, who lead this game by 3.
Third foul on Hobson.
Yep, 13-10 lead here. A lot of offense here in the early going.
Nolan Hogue with the basketball at the top of the screen. Now dumps it to Carter Havens as Macomb sets up their offense. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Hogue throws it up. Foul is called. 2 shots are coming. I think it's going to be on Zeke Gandy. No, it's going to actually be on Brody Ketchum. Yeah, Gandy was in shock there if he was the one called for that foul, and it is going to be on, who's that, Brody Ketchum on the foul, the junior from Canton, as Hogue sinks the first of 2.
Macomb's path to this third place game, playing Peoria Christian, getting the win there, and then beating A-Town. And then unfortunately losing earlier today in that game against the Illini West. That's how they ended up here.
Good effort all around there by Canton. Macomb comes away with a steal, and Watson for 3, can't get it. And that ball is off the face of Zeke Gandy, and we'll have to hope he's all right. Yeah, he looks to be all right.
That was at point-blank range.
Literally.
By Hogue.
In Zeke Gandy's face, and to save the ball inbounds. What a play as you get another look at that. It's boom. That's knocked Gandy right in the face. Nolan Hogue with 2 points down low there. He's got, let's see, he's got, I believe, 6 points and leading the way for the Macomb Bombers. I could be wrong there, we'll see. As Otto with the college range 3, nothing but net for Gavin Otto. He's in the scorebook with his first 3 points of the night.
Wow, we've seen some deep shots here in this tournament. Some guys really making an effort here with the 3-point ball. Of course, that's the way the game is turning here. A lot of threes.
It's Havens with it. Beautiful roll there from Hobson. Lays it up and in. Cooper Hobson with 2 points, matches the double 2s on his jersey that you see on your screen right now. And the Canton Little Giants with the basketball now. Devontae Stokes into the corner for Brody Ketchum. And they reset the offense. About a 20-second difference on the game and shot clock. We'll keep an eye on that. Stokes going to the basket, jump ball tie-up. It's going to stay here with Canton, so.
Well, we'll not reset the shot clock, so it'll stay at 10.
19.5 is the differential, not 20, so. That is the differential game and shot clock. We've had an exciting day of basketball today, and I'd say today probably the most exciting so far, but that is not a knock on what Monday and Saturday were either for this tournament. Drew Watson and Macomb electing to take the last shot, it seems as if. Cooper Hobson on the far side of the court with the basketball. Kellen Martin can really shoot the 3 down low. Hogue wasn't expecting it, lays it up for 2.
What a first quarter he's having. He's up to 8 points here.
Sevante Stokes trying to answer right back, lays it up and lays it in. Sevante Stokes coast to coast, and he matches the other 0 on the squad of Macomb with 8 points each. We've got a close one here, high scoring from Western Hall. Game number 25 of the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament. The Little Giants have the upper hand. They lead by 1. We'll be back right after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
When you trust your healthcare needs to MDH, you'll receive the highest quality, compassionate care from our nationally accredited medical departments and award-winning staff. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing exceptional care right here in Macomb. We also accept Aetna, HealthLink, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and most other insurance plans for your convenience. McDonough District Hospital, your regional healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Welcome back to Western Hall, the campus of Western Illinois University here, home of the Fighting Leathernecks. Beautiful aerial view, or wide shot, I'd say. Not an aerial view. If you got an aerial view of this place, it'd just be a concrete slabbed roof, I'd say. I don't know if there's a whole lot going up on the roof here at Western Hall, but inside, wow, we've had a lot of action so far tonight. Nolan Hogue with the basketball now as the Bombers reset the offense. They're down by 1 here as we start the second half of the first half, the second quarter that is. Nolan Hogue with the ball as he kicks it out to Elby. Now to Linebaugh. Lays it up, lay it in. Isaac Linebaugh, what a move from Isaac for his first 2.
Back and forth we go. The offense has been high score. Honestly, to be honest, I thought going into this game we were going to see a defensive slugfest that we kind of saw with Macomb last night against A-Town, but that is not the case here, at least in the early going.
3 ball for Brody. Ketchum is nothing but net, and he knocks home his first points of the contest and gives the Little Giants now a 2-point lead over the Macomb Bombers. 21-19. Close to the Monsters Incorporated pun that we have made.
We're going to get one here tonight, darn it.
We'll see here. We would need a defensive stop from the Little Giants. We'll take a look. Watson swinging over across the court to Hogue. 7 to shoot. Into the corner for Havens. Good defense. Marcus McKind, who has recently checked in. Watson, deep 3. It will count if it's good. It's in and out, no good. And here comes Lakin Otto. Down the court, Gavin Otto, 23-19.
We got a 23-19. We got it.
Where's our Monsters Incorporated fans in the chat? We've been talking about that all day. Got to have something to talk about fun here in between the games. And
you can't talk about just basketball when you've been here all day, right?
Absolutely. Elby down low, manhandled by Gandy, but Elby cleans it up for 2. Or actually, excuse me, that was Nolan Hogue. Sorry about that.
Nolan Hogue putting together one heck of a performance here in the third place game. He had 8 points in the first quarter. He's already in double figures.
The Canton Little Giants with the basketball as the 15-foot jump shot up no good there from Lakin Otto, and the Little Giants unable to score there. Hogue lay it up, foul on Gandy. 2 shots are coming for none other than Nolan Hogue, who's just been going to the rims time after time after time and just has not been able to really get the finish, has not had an and one opportunity, also a lot of free throws. So Gandy picks up his first personal foul of the contest. It is the first foul of the Little Giants period here, the second period, as it says on your Giant scoreboard up above us if you're here at Western Hall. I know we've had some viewers listening here at Western Hall, and glad to have everyone with us.
We got Dwayne running our chat there, giving a big thank you to Fortnite King again earlier today, making a donation here of $500.
Yeah.
And again, if there's anything you can do to help us out here at TSSR, again, there's a lot that goes into the production of this. So again, Fortnite King is a real MVP in our chat here tonight, helping us out there. And I know the folks there, Dwayne especially, liked seeing that. But yeah, it's been it's been really good having the chat join us here throughout the course of this tournament.
And it's definitely a part of the TV that you don't get when you watch it on normal standard television, right? So very nice to have that chat on here on YouTube. We're able to interact with our fans, get some nuggets that we may not know about. It's just a really fun part of this. So
yeah, because there's fans out there who know stuff in and out of these teams. You know, we cover so many teams here in this tournament. There's a lot of basketball, obviously. A lot of things happen. We miss some things. We are human after all.
Sivante Stokes with the steal the other way and can't get the roll of the rim. Rebound to Cooper Hobson. The senior from Macomb comes away with that one. Throw it up, Hogue, and I think it's going to be Marcus McKind who's going to be called for the foul. Ooh, no, it's going to be Gavin Otto, sorry.
That's going to be 2 on Otto.
McKind was pleading his case with the official, but to no avail as he was not the one whistled for the foul. So Hogue again at the free throw line. How many attempts has Nolan Hogue had at the free throw line today, guys? I gotta get out the calculator.
7 now.
First one is good, and we have a 1-point game again. The Little Giants holding on to this lead here at Western Hall in a back-and-forth contest between two squads that do play, I would say, often. These guys play not in the same conference as Canton is in the Mid-Illini Conference and Macomb in the Prairie Land Conference when it comes to basketball. So do not play conference games against each other, but do often play, I would say, in non-conference matchups. As Sivante Stokes comes away with a rebound on the air ball there from Kellen Martin. Macomb unable to score there, and the Little Giants come the other way with it.
Yeah, both these teams very familiar with one another. Again, you want to spice up your non-conference schedule, so when conference schedule does come, you're ready to go.
Braxton Rock.
And I know these two teams, a lot of history with these two programs, and they enjoy the competition that these two bring out of one another.
As Nolan Hogue with an exclamation point block down there. We've seen a plethora of blocks this tournament, and I think we know who the lead blocker probably is in this tournament. We're going to see him here in about an hour and a half. As that Bomber basket is by, who was that by?
Number 24.
Number 24, sorry, Kellen Martin there. As he got caught underneath the rim, and I was unable to see his jersey number.
Martin's had himself a good tournament as well. Coming off the bench here for Macomb in this one. But he's been a big help here for the Bomber squad here in this third-place game.
Sivante Stokes is fouled on the floor, so he will not go to the free throw line. It is Drew Watson picking up the Macomb foul, and that is his first foul. It is the third foul on the Bombers in the contest, to my account.
Good minutes for Cooper Hobson for Macomb. He'll check out. Colin Adams at 5'11", senior number 20 into the ball game for the Bombers.
24-23, the Bombers lead, and Sivante Stokes with the missed bucket, but number 23, Easton Lusk, gets his first 2 points of the night and gives the Little Giants the lead right back. 25-24, back and forth. How many lead changes? That'll be a number to take a look at when we get the stat sheet from Brian Sullivan here, who does the stats at the Macomb Holiday Tournament, sits directly across from us. Rock going coast to coast, lay it up and in for Braxton Rock. Timeout, Macomb. So Macomb will take a timeout. We'll see if that's a 30 or it is a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it right here. Let's give a shout out to one of our great sponsors.
Let's do that. Sports Corner at 124, Macomb's original local sports bar. Sports Corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drinks. Some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in, say hi. 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. I know they've got this on the big screen here. A lot of excitement. If folks are unable to be at Western Hall for the championship game coming up later on tonight, what better place to watch it than the great folks there at Sports Corner at 124.
I think Sports Corner provided us with some food up in the hospitality room this afternoon, and man, that was good. I don't know what it was, but it was some sort of a big huge plate of it. Man, it was
paella,
good. Yes, that was it. Yeah, I couldn't quite remember the name. I'd never had it before.
Delicious.
Wow, that was delicious. So shout out to them. They're feeding us here and feeding you at the Sports Corner right now. And watching that game
big
there.
tip of the hat to the folks that run the hospitality room, and
Absolutely.
well stocked with food and drinks and stuff all tournament long.
As I said Connor Watson, that's the brother of Drew Watson, who was in my class back when I was in high school, but I don't think he's playing. Well, he's playing basketball, just not right now. That's going to be a violation there on the carry by Braxton Rock, who just really didn't have much to do with the basketball there going down the court. Nick Elby checks back into the game. It is a 27-24 Little Giant lead over the Macomb Bombers. And a back-and-forth game. The winner gets third place in this contest. The third place trophy is, well, let's see who that's sponsored by. I looked at it earlier, and I have obviously forgot. United Community Bank sponsors the third place trophy, so the loser of this will get the Macomb High Athletics fourth place trophy. Sivante Stokes dumps it off to Lakenato. Canton on the attack, and they lay it up and in. Lakenato gets two more. 2:11 left here first half.
Good drive there. Canton's really making an effort to get in close to the basket, make those easy shots. You know, I know the game plays a lot of threes these days, but I mean, you can't beat a close shot at the right at the rim there. I'm old school. Maybe I'm just old school. I'm not even that old. I just like watching players get close and get easier shots. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
No, it's definitely a part of the game that we don't really see very often. It's definitely expanded to the three-point range. And there's Carter Havens, who's right on cue, knocking one down. And we have a
flop warning on. Is it going to be a Canton? It's going to be on Marcus McKind.
Yep. A flop warning issued to. That's the first of those we've seen this tournament. I don't know if we saw one of those.
I know that's
in the last tournament. I don't believe. That might actually be the first one I've actually ever seen.
I know that's something that the IHSA is really trying to crack down on. I've seen a couple earlier this season, but you get one, and then you get the warning, and then you get a technical the next go around.
So Sivante Stokes, two more, and man, he's red hot for the Canton Little Giants and has extended their lead. Now it's up to 7. So the Canton Little Giants starting to put their foot on the gas and extend their lead. We'll see how this continues on. Here they come, the full length of the court. It's Sivante Stokes right on cue, up and under. What a move by Sivante Stokes for two more. Timeout on the floor. It's charged to Macomb.
Guys, that's the third, I think, reverse layup out of Stokes at least here in this first half. 1:09 to go, and biggest lead of the night for the Little Giants at 9.
It is another 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here on the floor as you take a look inside the Canton huddle. Let's take a look at these past few buckets there. That was Braxton Rock earlier on. How about Lakenato? He wants in on some of that too. And the guy we've been talking about all night, Sivante Stokes, been red hot for the Canton Little Giants.
Yeah, and Canton's really picked up the pace here. They want to fly up and down the floor here. That's worked for them here. I don't know if we've really seen this kind of pace. It might just be because of the teams that they've played, not making it, not letting them get out in transition the way they have here in this game. But Macomb's having a really tough time getting back in transition, and the Little Giants, they're putting up the points quickly in transition.
Guys, Coach Anderson, this 33 points for Canton at this point in the late first half. This is not playing into Macomb's strategy. Coach Anderson likes to keep the score into the 40s and keep your opponents down to 45 or less. And Canton doing a good job of getting some points and running up and down the floor on the Bombers.
Bobby didn't like that flop warning there a moment ago.
I haven't seen that in a long time, Bobby. That's the first time for me, and I mean, that's a block there. That's Otto, I think. Lakin for sure on the block.
He had 4 blocks in the first game of the day.
We'll keep an eye on that as Lakin going coast to coast for 2 more. He's got 4 unofficially to my count. And I think Wyatt's ran out of score sheets.
I have. I didn't print off enough.
I just look over and I see this yellow pad, and I'm like, wait a second.
It must have been the day for that, because I ran out my first game over at Brophy and had to chicken scratch one out on some scrap paper for game 2.
See?
Wyatt, I've got some extras. I'll give you one here before the next game.
For the championship game,
Yes.
so I kind of look official?
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
That foul was on Civante
Nope,
Stokes
travel.
on the previous.
Yep, on the previous play.
the previous play. So
Supercell saying Dave Downey is smiling right now. Did a special tribute last night at the Illinois game.
Yep. Dave
Illinois
Downey,
basketball game.
Canton guy, and recently just passed away. Thoughts and prayers to his family and to the Illinois community. Is a heck of a basketball player there. As Canton looks to take the last shot of the half. It's Civante Stokes with it. Finds Rock down low, blocked there by Hogue. Havens has got to hurry. Dumps it to Watson. 0 on the shot clock. It would count, and it's just short. The end of the first half. 16 minutes are in the books. It is 35-24, the Little Giants lead. Let's send it over to Dwayne and Coach John Grisnich of the Canton Little Giants.
All right, we're over here with Coach. Coach, good finish to that first half. You carry that into the second half. Your guys look like you're pretty fresh legs. There's some nice moves being done out there, and it don't look like they're maybe as tired as some other guys were earlier in these first championship round games.
It seemed like we loosened up a little bit there, latter half of the second quarter. You know, we've had few more opportunities. Right there was one of them. That's kind of a big miss, right? We get 2, we get the ball coming out, we stretch the lead out. We've had other layup attempts that we're just not knocking down.
Well, Coach, good luck in the second half. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you.
Back to you guys for just a minute, and then I'll have an interview in just a few moments.
Awesome. Thank you, Dwayne, and thank you to Coach John Grisnich. Does a great job there. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here from the first half. Isaac Leinbaugh, he had a really nice move there early on, and a lot of 3 balls ringing home here, and a lot of movement underneath the rim, as Coach Grisnich just said. Let's turn it over to Dwayne. He's got an interview. Yep.
I don't believe his mic is working.
We've got nothing from you over here.
Wasn't on that time. It was all my fault. That time it was all my fault. I yelled at those guys last time. This time it was all my fault. What I was saying is you've been on the floor a couple times, obviously, this week. We've seen a lot of the officials do 2 games at a time, 2 games a day. How important is it to keep officials fresh, but then to find more officials?
One of the advantages I've tried to do is work a game, set a game, then your work. So it's been a challenge. Plenty of fruit, water, drinks in there. But in the officiating, we're always looking for get new bodies, new individuals involved because the kids stay the same age and the officials keep getting older. So we're always looking for more individuals to get involved.
Well, and speaking of that, the mean age of officials is pretty high right now, isn't it?
Mid-50s, I would say. I'm 48, and I'm probably a little bit below that average age, and I've been doing it for 22 years.
Yeah, so how important is it for you guys to be working the games, but also working the sidelines, trying to find some officials, either from the players that are out there? Do you ever talk to any of these kids and stuff like that?
Well, not before or after the game or even really during the game. It's more talking to ADs, coaches to try to potentially get some kids involved. And there's times where we'll go out to the school and talk to an officiating class or some individuals and athletes. Yep.
What is it about officiating that's 22 years for you? And there's guys, we talked to Dave the other day, and it was 49 years. And, I mean, there's guys have done it for so long. What is it that keeps you coming back?
I got involved with basketball at an early age, growing up in Kentucky. And then when I moved up here, just got into it more, started taking it more serious, just wanted to get back to the game as much as I could. And it's just one of those that gets in your blood, and you just feel good and be involved back in it.
I know officials get some heat sometimes, and everybody gets complained to, it seems like. What would you say to a kid or a young adult or even a middle-aged adult that's wanting to get into it to say, look, that's part of it, but that's not the biggest part of it?
you're going to make mistakes. You got to have a little thicker skin, and just you got to be one of the calmest ones or the calmest one on the floor. You can't get emotional. When an official gets emotional on the floor, and then everybody can feed off that, and that's one of the last things that you need.
You guys have ways to advance through your ranks too. I mean, you start as a junior high official a lot of times, and you go to high school. I believe you've done state or so. So that's, you know, there's our ways to work up. You worked at regionals and sectionals and so on, right? So you're not just refereeing games. You're working towards something as you're doing it sometimes as well, right?
When you get into it, eventually when you start doing some varsity games, you want to have a goal. You want to get that first game at the regional, and then in a couple, 2, 3, 4 years, you're hoping to get a regional final, and then starting to potentially move up to a sectionals and supers, potentially.
Well, at the same time, you need the guys that don't care if they move up too, right? They just want to be good officials at whatever level they choose to stay at.
Absolutely. We definitely need more officials that just want to get involved and be at the junior high JV level. I've got several schools that I assigned for the area, and it's always difficult to get those lower games, junior high boys and girls, JV games, get those filled.
What's the easiest way, or how do you go about becoming an official, whether for any sport, whether it be football, basketball, whatever? How do you become an official, either in Illinois or nationally or whatever?
Contact the IHSA. You can call them or email them on the official center's website. There's a link right there that will give you the application. They'll get in contact with you once they receive that, and they'll give you the guidelines and everything that's required to get set up.
So IHSA.org is the website, I do believe, correct? And there's an officials area on the website, right?
Yes, you'll be able to see the official site. You'll click on that, and then there will be a link on the directions on how to get signed up on how to be an official. Yep.
You guys take classes, recert all the time, and get told this is what we need to, you know, we haven't been strict enough on this, or we've been too strict on it. There is communication going into a year, correct?
Yes, the National Federation will put out a points emphasis and some rule changes around midsummer, and then we typically have our clinic in late June is when we go over stuff, and we'll do and we'll have a clinic and education classes then, and then monthly meetings during the winter, during the season, try to.
Now, as an official, do you hate this or do you love this right now? Obviously, if they were playing right now, that would be a technical, but it's not right now. So as an official, is this killing you or are you loving it?
They got the breakaway rims. I'm surprised it hasn't been changed several years ago, so it wouldn't bother me.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming out and talking to us, and thanks for all that you do and all the guys have done. And I say guys because I don't think there's been any women here this weekend. So thanks all for all that you guys do. We greatly appreciate it. And again, folks, if you want to become an official, IHSA.org, the officials links where to go, right?
That's correct. Thank you for covering high school sports. Really, since COVID with the streaming companies, it's been good because I will go back and watch film and other teams to prepare, and it's definitely been beneficial. So thank you for all that you all do with TSSR Game Time Live.
We appreciate it. Guys, we'll send it back to you. Also go see if I can catch a word with Coach Anderson in just a moment.
Awesome. Thank you, Dwayne, and thank you to the officiating crew. Big shout out to them. Officiating is not easy, especially in high school right now. You know, the officiating, the crews are limited. You don't see as many of them. The demand is high, but the supply is low. We're not having enough officials out there. And a shout out to the officiating crews today, tonight, the game we've got right now. We'll give a shout out to them later on, but everybody so far has been great.
Yeah, we've seen these officials. I mean, they're putting in the hard work here at the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament, and you know, doing multiple games a day. I don't know how many is their max that they can do per day, but we've seen some of these refs do 2, maybe even 3 games, and that's a lot of running, you know, because regardless, they run up and down the floor for all 32 minutes of the game here. So we appreciate all the great work that they do, and I think it's been a very well called tournament here. The officials, no game has really been affected by the officials too much. I think it's been a very good tournament. Whoever got these officials for this tournament has done a fantastic job.
Absolutely. Mr. Dwayne Hulett is going to have Coach Jeremy Anderson for some of his thoughts on what his squad needs to do coming out of the second half in order to become successful in this one. It doesn't look like Jeremy has popped out of the locker room quite yet, so we'll keep it right here for just a moment, but we'll be ready to send it over to him momentarily. 1:09 remains on the timeout clock, and before we get going. So how about that? We hear from the truck that officials can work as many games as they want. 8 games. They can work them all in a row. And Dwayne does.
He's trying to track Anderson
trying to
down.
snag Jeremy Anderson.
Coach Anderson's walking away from
Dwayne Hulett going to grab Jeremy Anderson here for a quick conversation with his guys about his thoughts on this game.
By the way, update on the football field. Illinois trails by 1 at the Music City Bowl.
Looks like he's going to do it after the huddle. Yep, so there you go. And what did you say on the Music City
Music
Bowl?
City Bowl, Tennessee leads Illinois by 1 in the later stages of that one. 1:51 to go in the fourth. Illinois with the ball.
That is a complete 180, as Illinois did.
But they're at the Tennessee 14. So Illinois has a chance to win it.
All right, Coach. You hanging right in there. Last part of that second quarter, things kind of fell apart. So you on that at halftime. Still well within reach, though, here as you come out in the second half.
Yeah, we're going to have to get stops, though. We're going to have to get stops. We're going to have to do better at keeping 10 and 0 from getting to the basket.
Oh, well, you can do that in the second half. We'll talk to you after the game. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you, Jeremy, as they share some insight on what went on in the locker room and what they need to do to be successful in the second half of play. It's been all Little Giants so far. Civante Stokes and Lake Otto, as Jeremy Anderson said, just getting to the rim way too easily here so far.
Well, that's been credited to the fast break, which Canton has 10 fast break points in that first half. I thought for sure it was going to be more, but they had a lot, especially down the stretch of that half.
That shot is up no good from Lake Otto, and the ball the other way. Macomb looking for a response. Carter Havens with it now to Nolan Hogue on the far side. And he'll swing it over to Isaac Linebaugh. Down low, Hogue, 0 working on 0, and it's a foul. Guess what? It's going to be on 0. We know that for sure. It's going to be on Civante Stokes, foul number 2 in the ball game for him.
Both number 0s are putting in work here today. I mean, Civante Stokes has got 12 by my tally.
Yep.
And then you got Nolan Hogue, I believe, with 11 in the first half.
I agree with that, too. Hey, we're doing good. The math is right. That's just an added bonus. Nick Elby with the jumper up and good. Nick Elby gets the rebound and then cleans it up on the offensive glass for 2 more. It's 35-26. The Little Giants clinging on to their lead by 9. Offensive foul.
I'm going to say Nick Elby with a nice little head fake down at the other end for the bucket. That's going to go on Easton Lusk, his second, team second.
Carter Havens inbounds the basketball for Macomb. And Drew Watson will bring it up, the quarterback of the offense on the basketball court, not on the football field. A very good receiver, though, there for Macomb.
Yeah.
In the football squad. No look pass. Beautiful find, but an even better block from Lake Otto on the other end defensively. And he brings it up to score maybe here and a trip there. That's going to be on, I think, Watson. Pretty sure. It sure is. Maybe. Yep, sure is. Drew Watson picks up the foul. Let's watch that foul again here as Civante Stokes just went hard to the floor, and not a shooting foul, and it's obviously very early on, so we're not to 5 fouls yet. Marcus McKind puts up the shot and can't get it to fall. He had the flop warning earlier on, which we talked about a little bit at the half. We talked a little bit about it with some of our viewers as well. We don't see it very often. It's not something we've seen necessarily often, but the IHSA cracking down on that.
Yeah, and he can get a technical if he gets called for another flop there, so something to keep an eye on.
Linebaugh, yeah, no look pass, and it was a great find, just Elby wasn't expecting it. Fooled him. Stokes to the basket, can't get it to fall, no foul as Grisnich wanted a foul, ball out of bounds, and it's staying here on the late attempt from Nolan Hogue. Good hustle, but to no avail.
By the way, Supercell, if you get the update final score of that Illinois football game, we would certainly appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I know we're
I
keeping a close eye of that.
Take a look at it right now. We're second.
Illinois was at the 15-yard line.
Second down and goal at the Tennessee 9, so we're not calling football and basketball at the same time, but always like to know. We were talking with one of the officials. He's a Tennessee Volunteers fan, so how about that?
Didn't you say season ticket holder?
Yeah, season ticket
holder. He doesn't
holder
even get to go to the games.
And, yeah, he's just said a complete waste of money. I don't know which one of them it is, but it's one of the 3 officials. We'll shout them out here in a minute.
It's our baseline official right now.
He's a great official. They've been great all weekend long. We've talked about that. And big shout-out to those guys and to everybody here at the Western Tournament. Isaac Linebaugh with the basketball, 12 to shoot. 5:14 left, third quarter. It's Watson, has it tipped, stolen away. Now to Hogue, 6 to shoot. Watson probably going to take the 3, you'd have to think. Gets the screen from Elby, puts it up, and it's no good. Shot clock violation, no, as we thought it would be for a second, but nothing but net there. It's Drew Watson for 3. And he gets his first points since the first quarter to my count.
Yeah, he's got 8 points here, though, today. A couple of threes, good to see that.
So the shooting percentage goes up as that's intercepted by Linebaugh. Foul on Marcus McKind.
Macomb just hanging around here. You know, Canton had that big run there at the end of the second quarter, which, you know, they had all the momentum going into half, but now 6-point game. Things have slowed down a little bit. They've been able to slow down that fast break, which was kind of a key that we talked about at the end of the first half. Can't be trying to chase down Canton in transition, and Macomb's done a good job here to start the second half.
Score was 35-24 at the half, so a 5-0 run for Macomb to start. Canton without a bucket here in the third quarter, and we're 3 minutes and 43 seconds into the third quarter. Ball out of bounds, and it will be Bomber basketball as Hogue receives the inbound pass from Watson. Shimmy, shimmy down low. Couldn't get the roll of the rim, and it's a rebound to Canton. They go the other way and survive the dangerous putback there from Nolan Hogue. Lakin Otto in the corner with it. They swing it around the outside. 15 to shoot on the shot clock. Marcus McKind. And they work it back up top, work the offense, 10 to shoot. Got to get something going here. It's Otto driving baseline. 3 to shoot, got to get it out. It's a 3 coming for Brody Ketchum. It's up no good. Rebound to Macomb. Here comes Watson. Full head of steam. No look pass. Isaac Linebaugh couldn't get the finish as he
I think that was tipped
hands.
by Lakin Otto again. Got a fingertip on it. That's 2 trips down and 2 blocks for Otto on the defensive end.
And a foul is called. It's going to be
timeout.
Timeout on the
I
floor.
think, yeah,
foul and a timeout.
That's what it looks like it's going to be.
Nope.
Or maybe just
full timeout.
Maybe just a full timeout. It looked like he initially referee was initialing for a foul call, but instead it is a timeout, a full timeout charge to Canton, which I think they have the
they gave that one to the Bombers.
Yeah, I think the scorebook up there is not correct because Macomb had called 2 timeouts in the first half of play. To my count, I believe it was Macomb. And that one was charged to Macomb here, but they didn't call that timeout. As you see, West Hancock's cheerleaders.
I just think they got it backwards, which happens. You know, Macomb has 3, and Canton, I believe, has 4.
Illinois 30.
Woo! Illinois wins the Music City Bowl, baby.
How about that? I believe our PA announcer is a Hawkeye.
He's the PA announcer for Iowa.
Yes.
Is he really?
Yes.
Yes. Found that out today as well. I was very shocked. So he probably.
Oh, I see the cup now.
He probably had some struggle.
I see the cup. He's got it right there. I don't know if we can get a shot on that, but
reading the Illinois.
That probably pained him. I know.
Score
Those
there.
Iowa fans are ruthless. As somebody who lives in the state of Iowa.
Man,
Thank you, Supercell, in the comments.
He does a great job there.
Yeah, he does. Even though he's a Hawkeye, you got to give him some love there.
A couple of Illini fans in this booth and a Hawkeye fan to my right, Mr. Chris Frankhauser.
Pensy, I know who that is too. That's my friend Ed from West Burlington. We just got the news here in the arena. Just walked it off on Tennessee.
As that shot is up no good, and a rebound to Canton, and it's just the third offensive possession. They reset, as John Grisnich says, let's go. Reset it back up top with 20 to shoot. ILL in the chat, absolutely. Lakeanato for 2. And he gets his first 2 since, I believe it felt like his 4 points came early in the second quarter. I could be wrong, but.
Well, it was in the middle of that run where they were running fast breaks. Him and Savante Stokes were flying up and down the field. But since then, Macomb slowed it down a little bit.
Isaac Linebaugh trying for 3, can't get it to fall. Rebound to Canton. And they've looked strong on the boards. I'd like to take a look at those rebounding numbers. And they were tied at the half, so 14 all in the rebounds. As that jumper is up from Lakeanato and good. And, man, he is catching a burner. And a timeout is called to Jeremy Anderson. So, and they fixed the timeouts up there. So
I think they heard us.
Who's listening to us over there? Maybe we can get a shot of our PA announcer as well.
Full timeout to the Bombers.
In this quick break. The Iowa Hawkeye. But let's take a quick shout out to one of our sponsors.
Yeah, MDH, McDonough District Hospital, does a lot, obviously, for us here at TSSR, our title sponsor. And their sports medicine and rehabilitation provides patients of all ages with exceptional care in 4 convenient locations. Every patient receives one-on-one appointment times with licensed staff members who develop a personalized recovery and a treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time. We saw him on camera there a moment ago. Our PA announcer, there he is.
Hey, that's not a good look. He's picking his fingernail there.
I think he might have just a little bite or something.
Man, he does some great work.
Good scratch.
He's always one of my favorite people to talk to at the Macomb Holiday Tournament as he cranks up that music. I think he's also the DJ here tonight. He's got the War Hawkeye.
Jeffrey Thompson off topic here. Big Ten football is football daddy now. Of course, got Indiana in the college football playoff, Ohio State. Illinois just wins the Music City Bowl. That's one of the few prestigious bowls left in college football.
Sure.
Don't get me started on that.
Did I see the right stats that now that would make the Big Ten 6-0?
In
bowl games this far? I thought I saw that they were 5-0 going into this game with Illinois.
Definitely could be correct.
And the SEC's like, what, 2-5, 2-6 now with the loss at Tennessee? I'm just saying. I'm just saying we're not here to start a turf war with the SEC fans.
That we can't agree on, fellas. We're some Big Ten fans here, and I'm sure we got some Big Ten fans in the chat as well. Big Ten is 6-0, as Kobe confirms in the truck. Thank you, Kobe. And Chris, a fist bump over here. Macomb with the ball, down 10, and they're getting late. Still got plenty of time. You still got a whole fourth quarter, but late in the third. As Isaac Linebaugh with the basketball puts up the jumper, in and out, no good. And that's just been kind of the story for Macomb here this evening.
Macomb, every time they feel like they're getting back into the ball game there, they go a little cold for a couple-minute stretch, and Canton hits some baskets. You just can't get one thing in line with the other. When the defense is good, the offense is not. And when the offense is good, the defense is not.
Absolutely. Savante Stokes had a great job at the replay. Hey, there it is right here. You see, if that was called on Watts, no, it was not called.
LB.
LB,
no,
okay.
He was arguing it for his teammate.
Okay, I was going to say, I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, hold on. Is that foul number 1 on LB? It sure is. So that's good news. The junior big man for Macomb has played foul so far until now here, just a minute left in the third quarter. Don't know if he was in foul trouble in any of the other games that we've called. It feels like it, but I don't know for exactly for sure, so I won't say anything to be.
24-second difference between shot and game clock here for Macomb, so.
A 10-point game.
Good look there. Tip back up and good by Nolan Hogue.
Nolan Hogue, 2 more. He's up to 13 points tonight. 40-31. The Bombers cut the lead now down to single digits. Otto dumps it off to Stokes. The shot clock is off. Stokes guarded by Watson. Now to Easton Lusk. 10 to shoot. Stokes, baseline, lay it up, can't get the roll to the rim. Martin looks up at the clock, now dumps it to Hogue, going to the basket, don't want to foul here, he doesn't.
Oh!
And
line ball.
they are going to count that.
Oh, they waved it off. Oh, no, the one official didn't count it, the other one counted it. That should be a good basket.
Yep, that'll be a good basket. The basket should count. Yep, it does. Yep, so Isaac Linebaugh gets that too. We're going to take a quick break, not very long at all, as you take a look at some of the highlights from the third quarter. We're back for the final 8 minutes of game 25 of the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
Welcome back to Western Hall, the beautiful wide shot of the campus of Western Illinois University. We should probably tell our official friend here that the Tennessee Volunteers were defeated 30-28 by the Illinois Fighting Illini.
He heard it on the PA system. Let's not be mean now.
That's just rubbing it in. That's just rubbing it in, guys.
I guess I did forget that our PA friend did give the score over, so.
Offensive foul on Macomb.
By the way, shout out Fortnite King, our friend who donated $500 earlier here today. He's back with us. And, you know, just having some fun with us here in the chat. We appreciate everyone joining us here today in the chat. I've had to moderate some folks here today.
Yeah.
Let's keep it fun here. Let's keep it clean, keep it fun, be nice to everybody. Sure. But we got a fourth quarter coming up here and a championship game. We don't want issues with that.
Sivante Stokes, beautiful move to the rim and couldn't get it to fall. Rebound to Macomb. They're only down by 7 now with 7:24 left in the game. Watson puts up the shot. It's good. Drew Watson for 3. His third 3 of the night. And he's up to, my count, unofficially 11 points.
That's what I have.
And yeah, fourth quarter, the second on the bottom of your screen, that is for second half, as this is a men's college basketball score bug. So that is what you see there. It is the fourth quarter. We'll keep you updated on the quarters as we can. So yeah, fourth quarter there, as I did see that. Rumsfeld putting that in the chat.
It's been a confusing thing for everybody this weekend, but we've done our best to keep everybody informed on that.
For sure.
By the way, the crowd is really filing in here for this championship game coming later tonight.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of people in this gym right now.
No look pass. Elby gets it to fall. And it didn't look like Nick Elby was going to get that one to bounce as it kind of rolled in and around, but couldn't get it.
How about the Bombers back to within 2? They have grinded their way back into this thing. And
you talk about the defense. It was only a 5-point quarter for Canton in the third.
Sivante Stokes driving to the rim, and he gets 2 more.
And, you know, when Canton needs a basket, who do they go to? They go to Mr. Stivante Stokes, who has been excellent here tonight, excellent all tournament. But here tonight, that is a big bucket there. Canton needed that in the biggest way.
That's a foul on Easton Lusk. He got in there with the left hand there. Rumsfeld anytime. Yeah, that's what we're here at TSSR Game Time Live. We bring you the broadcast, all 26 games right here, and we run a 10-man crew.
1 to go, boys.
Yeah. How about that? My voice is going to be feeling it tomorrow morning. I'll tell you that much. That's already feeling it, and we're just feeling it on the second day. Shot up no good there for Macomb, but Kellen Martin, offensive rebound, and tried to put a up and under on the reverse and couldn't get it to fall. 4-point traveling violation. We're headed Macomb's way.
There's some more of the folks filing in here. Again, it is a full house, especially behind us. I mean, that's where a lot of the fans are, even across the way here.
It's
The stands
I hardly
are
see any seats behind us that
yeah.
are empty.
I don't
guys.
think there is one single seat empty here.
You definitely do.
Behind us, anyway.
Yeah, behind us for sure. I can definitely see across the way. Got a lot of purple there, but I'm sure those will be picked up as you got in the corners. We got a lot of standing room only.
Yeah, fans ready to file in once this game comes to an end.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of the people from this game will stay and watch as well.
Nice play by Lake and Otto right there, taking that one right away.
And Otto back to each other there in the backcourt. It is a 42-38 Little Giant lead. Sivante Stokes all the way to the rim for 2 more.
A good job by Stokes keeping his balance there as he almost looked like he was going to go down there on a couple of those steps. And 2 more for Sivante Stokes.
Bank is open for Sivante Stokes at 8:12 p.m. here on a, what is it, Tuesday night?
Yes.
Sure is. I'm losing count.
It is Tuesday night, yes.
So Drew Watson will shoot some free throws here on the foul from Braxton Rock. That foul is whistled on him. It is the second Little Giant foul as Watson misses the first of 2 at the free throw line. Drew at the free throw line has not been there in this contest, so very interesting. I wouldn't have expected that. And shot up, and Hogue is going to go to the free throw line. So 0 for 2 is Watson at the free throw line, but then you cash in. Nolan Hogue's got a shot to cash in here on some free throws.
Well, Nolan Hogue is filling up the stat sheet here today, getting those rebounds and making an impact there on the offensive side of the game as well. The first free throw right there. What a day he's having, and keeping the Bombers in it here, just down 5 with plenty of time left.
As Hogue is money from the free throw line. And Canton will look to respond. It's Sivante Stokes. And someone was telling me in the chat a couple of games ago that Sivante is from Gary, and this is his last year, his senior year at Canton. I don't remember if it was Sivante Stokes. I'm pretty sure it was. Somebody said that. So he's making a real big impact here for Canton down the stretch. And
Canton happy to have him. I know
absolutely.
that much. He's been fun to watch here in this tournament.
So fun to watch. Sivante Stokes foul on the floor.
If he doesn't make the all-tournament team, I mean, I'll be curious to see who makes it, obviously. But
that's a good question.
It's a good question, but I think he has more than earned his way, at least in the consideration, to make it on this tournament team.
Who are you guys thinking for an all-tournament team?
Well, it depends on how many guys you get.
I don't know the exact number for it, but 5-second violation on Canton. So a turnover. It's Bomber basketball. I mean, Sivante Stokes has to be probably on there.
I think Stokes, maybe Nolan Hogue involved in this game. Lake and Otto's making a statement for it here throughout the day, especially with the way he's defending here today.
Lake and Otto, I've been told in my ear, received an offer to play at Carl Sandburg College yesterday. So how about that?
Just up the way there in Galesburg.
So
what a play there by Havens.
And there it is.
Travel.
They want to talk it over here on what was, if he had the timeout before the travel. Timeout was called before. How about that? So you had the travel, but the timeout. Let's see, maybe we can get a replay here of kind of a wide shot on that, maybe? Back in the truck. Let's take a look, see if we can take a look. There's, okay, so where do we have the travel here?
Right there.
There. And did Grisnich, it's close.
And did get a correction in the chat, and looking at our score, Stokes is actually a junior.
Okay, Stokes is a junior, okay.
But he is a transfer
I believe
previously from Gary, Indiana.
Yes, he's a junior. I'm sorry. I've been saying senior the whole time. That's on me.
And
my J's and
they're
S's
backed
look
it up
similar.
again, slowing it down there in the truck. So looking at it again.
See, and he yells.
So maybe he said it before he made the motion, and maybe that's what the official is saying.
Let's see. Maybe we can get it one more time. We'll see. The guys in the truck do a great job putting up with us 3 out here all day today. Let's take a look. Here it is again. All right, we see McKind with the basketball, and does the mouth move? Oh,
I don't know.
That's close. That's real close. I don't know. Leave that to you guys at home to take a look at that. So, A-Town player on the all-tournament team. Hey, Patrick Murphy, I agree with you.
Yeah, and I'm curious which
Who
one
would that
you'd
be?
want. Riker Darst
or-
made an impact today.
Fouch.
Alex Fouch has made an impact all-tournament for A-Town. I think those are the two guys you look at there.
I don't know. I mean,
of course, you got Lucas Andrews as well making a defensive impact. So, I mean, there's a couple of options there for A-Town who finished 5th place.
We'll have the
in
all-tournament
overtime.
team. Yeah, all-tournament team will be announced later this evening, so we'll obviously have that
That'll be
for you.
after the championship game conclusion.
That'll always fun to find out who's on that team. That's voted on, I believe, by the guys upstairs who are part of the committee here at the Macomb Holiday Tournament. His shot is up, no good from Stokes. And the Bombers with life, only down 4.
Patrick agrees with us, by the way, on the A-Town picks.
They agree. I think those are. There's a lot of good picks for A-Town.
I
Really good
I don't know how you whittle it down.
It's just been a lot of good players in the whole tournament.
So
It's going to be
much
hard
good
to dwindle down to 5 as it's a blocking foul charge to.
That was close.
I think that's
thought
kind of Rock.
Yeah.
I think Rock got into good position here. We'll take a look at it. No, maybe not.
Yep.
Not quite there, I guess.
He sold it a little bit better than
Yeah,
we
he
thought.
certainly did. Bombers down 4 here. Watson to the line. First one up and good.
Yeah, Debbie, we do hear from the guys in the truck. We have an earpiece on, so.
We also have some folks up on the balcony up above where the main cameras are at.
So we do have a truck here, so.
And some people, I guess, technically up in the balcony rafters.
Yep, so we do hear from people in the rafters. We have an earpiece, so we got guys in the truck looking things up for us all the time. We're so thankful
We
for
got
those
eyes
guys.
everywhere here.
So we got eyes before you can see where they're at, Debbie. And the Canton Little Giants with the ball. They have a 2-point lead. That's all right now. Line ball battling there with Otto. Now to Stokes. Up top. It's Otto, 1 on the shot clock, puts it up, and it's off the back rim, no good. Rebound to Macomb. They can take the lead here with a 3-point bucket. We'll see if they elect for 3. We'll see what happens here. I agree with Chris, what he said earlier on. Probably just going to take the open shot. We'll see what it is. And we got an offensive foul.
Leinbach?
Called on Isaac Leinbach, and Jeremy Anderson is yelling at the official, and they stare down at each other. And
yeah, he has been very vocal here today. Both coaches, again, they really want it. I mean, this 3rd place trophy means a lot to these programs.
Sure, I mean, absolutely. You want to fight for something, and winning games, whether you're playing in 5th or 3rd or anything.
And you want to finish 3-1 here in this tournament.
Bob Robertson can confirm eyes are everywhere. You got that right, Bob.
Billy Joe trying to get behind the Bombers here, down 2 with 2 minutes to go.
44-42 and a barn burner here at Western Hall. Sivante Stokes with the basketball. 5 to shoot. Otto, oh, what a move to the rim. Can't get it to fall. Rebound to Stokes and a fresh 20. Beautiful find down low. It's blocked out of bounds. We're staying here.
16 on the shot clock now for Canton.
So there will be, what's the difference there, guys? Minute 28? I think so. Minute 28 in the game and shot clock, so still have some time left here in obviously a 1-possession game and only a 2-point contest right now. Marcus McKine trying to extend that lead. Sivante Stokes with 8 to shoot. That's a long two-point bucket there for Sivante Stokes. He takes a half step back, and he's got 3 and would extend the lead even more. Watson for 3. It's up no good. Rebound fought for, ball out of bounds, and it's Canton Little Giant basketball.
I think we're going to see some full court press as we see Coach Anderson motioning the Bombers to play the inbound.
Down by 4, so and that's exactly what you wanted to do. Bodies are on the floor. Line ball dumps it to Watson. It's a Fresh, clean play there for the Bombers. 14 to shoot. Down low, and that is exactly what you want there. Jeremy Anderson calling the full court press. They get it, they get the steal, they get the score. It's a 2-point game.
I mean, it's easy to, say that you're going to run the full court press, but it's a one thing to completely execute it and execute it to perfection. And like Macomb did right there, now you've got a 2-point game, a little over a minute to go here. I mean, folks, buckle up because we are in for a wild one down the stretch.
46-44. The timeouts are Canton. They own 3 of them in their back pocket, and Macomb has 1. So the timeouts will definitely probably be utilized here in the next minute or so to keep an eye on that. And yeah, what a great game.
What a great game indeed. I mean, what a day of basketball we've had just all the way through. The games at Brophy this morning maybe got a little out of hand there. I know Chris was there for those this morning, but here at Western Hall all day long, we've been treated to some great basketball, and there you go. The #1 seed looking to claim the title later tonight. The West Hancock Titans. They will.
How long have they been off since? 12 o'clock, right?
Yeah, they played
West
the noon
Hancock
game. Had the noon game, so they've been off since about 1:30 this afternoon.
Do have a slight advantage, right? So they would have
been
been
Illini West, who played at 1:30. Yeah.
So Illini West would have got done about 3 o'clock, I think, is when we finished that game.
But you go back to the question of rust or not. But that's going to be a question to talk about once we get ready for that game.
Yep.
But here we go, 1:09 to go.
Yep.
Canton with the basketball up 2.
About a 34-second difference, game and shot clock. We'll keep an eye on that as we continue on. Sivante Stokes, good ball handling skills, turnover. Stolen away, and a ball possessed there by Stokes. They get it back. Bounce pass to Rock.
Shot clock never reset, by the way.
And now it does. I think they got it to 20. So, and I don't know if Drew Watson had, well, I guess they may have had a good full possession. That's a good question. 3 to shoot. Stokes has it stolen away by Hogue. And he'll set it down with line ball. And, I mean, there's literally half a second difference between the game and shot clock. It's a 2-point game. Does Macomb elect the last shot? I mean, that's real close, guys.
Again, with Chris, you just take whatever comes and then try to play defense.
3 for the lead. Kellen Martin off the back rim, no good. And a rebound to Canton. They can stretch the court. And line ball out of bounds. Where are we going? Headed this way. Let's take another look at that.
I think a good call. I think it went off of Macomb with 7.9 to play.
We're going that way. Somebody said which way. Being a smart aleck behind me, I made sure to point my finger to let them know. We're going left. Bomber foul on Drew Watson. Let's take a look at that. As we get a good look at it here as...
Yeah,
I think it was
as
tough to see. I think it might have been poked out of Linebaugh's hand.
Timeout, Canton.
And yeah, timeout here from Canton. Let's take another look at that replay here. As you see at the top of your screen. Oh, wow. Wow. I think
from that angle, that
might have
been Bomber. Should have been Bomber basketball.
Well, you see the hand
there's
down here,
Linebaugh's hand.
Okay.
I think Linebaugh's hand just got it.
Well, okay, but then take another look at that. Let's look at that again here. Look at this. As you see, Otto with the ball. He's got it in his palm, and I think he was the last one to touch it. I think that really should have been Macomb ball. Wow. Because
I think you're right there.
Because, I mean, you do see Linebaugh get his finger in there. Let's slow that down again one more time. Look at that. You got Otto with the ball. He's got it in his palm right now. You see the tip there by Linebaugh. But then watch, his hand is away from the ball, and his hands are still on the ball. I think might have been a missed call from the official, and a critical one at that. Foul here called to Macomb.
Okay, so the last 2 fouls here have happened before the ball even got inbounded. That's a smart play by Macomb to push them over to the limit, send Canton to the line, and not lose any time on the play clock here. There's still 7.6 seconds to go, and they've committed 2 fouls without the chance of Canton running around and burning a bunch of clock.
And that is absolutely critical. Yeah, exactly. Because
Yeah,
Go
foul
ahead,
was
Chris.
whistled on Havens, his first.
Hey, Sports Corner after game plans. Hey.
Billy, you got a good idea there.
Yeah.
Of course, we got the championship, so
Hey,
we're not going
I'd
anywhere.
love to join you, Billy. Order me a full pound of the blackened steak bites. Man, those are crazy good.
They are good.
Carter Havens stretching the court. They need 3 to tie. Watson, NBA, 3 for the tie. It's up no good. Stokes with the rebound. And the Canton Little Giants are victorious. The Macomb Bombers are headed home. They secure 4th place, and the Canton Little Giants victorious. They will take home 3rd. Well, hey, Jacob, I think we did come up to a call at the end there. I think it was just that last play there by Linebaugh. But, yes, I would say that should have been a turnover, and it should have been Macomb ball. So
when we looked at it there the last couple of times.
So if you want my full answer, which is it looks like what you're asking for there, I would say that it should have been Macomb basketball. So there's my full convinced answer. I'm not going one way or the other. Let's send it over to Dwayne here in a second. He's going to
chasing down the Macomb
talk
basketball
it over with
coach
Anderson for a quick break, and then he will. Yeah, we're going to send it over to Coach Anderson and Jeremy Dwayne.
Over here with Coach Anderson. Coach, your kids put up a heck of a fight all weekend. You got the win against A-Town. I think that everybody was excited to see. Last couple games have just been down to the wire. Just couldn't get on top to get that win.
Oh, I was thrilled with the way we played the second half of this game. You know, we went to halftime, it was 35-24, and we were on the crossroads, right? The proverbial crossroads on which way is this going to go. You know, it can turn south and it could be a blowout, or we can pull ourselves back up on our feet and go back out there and compete. We did a really nice job, cut it all the way, to a 2-point difference with the ball. I'm really happy with the way our guys played. I thought they left it all out on the floor. It's a good week for us, it really is.
This tournament was so tough this year, it seemed like. I mean, going in, everybody said, 8 or 9 teams could win, and they say that all the time. But this year, watching the games, it really felt like that was the case.
I don't know, Dwayne. I think I'm going to disagree with you there. I think there were probably 3 or 4 that had a legitimate chance to win. And I might be wrong. We'll see what happens in the last game. There are some outstanding teams here that in the course of the long season are going to have really, really successful seasons. But only one team can win, right? And you have to be able to beat that best team. I thought the committee did a really good job of seeding it. And then you never know once the games start because there's guys out there playing hard and executing. And I think it's a great test for your team this time of year, right? Pull this back up later on and remind guys about things we need to do better and how some things we did well and how we need to keep doing it.
Matchups are almost more important than seeds in some ways, aren't they? And that's kind of what this tournament was about this year, I think.
Well, I think so, especially now since there's so many teams that play each other all the time. The matchups become probably more important than the seeds. But I think if you look at the bracket, it probably was seeded about as well as it could have been seeded. And then nothing says that the seeds win. I mean, there's other really good teams here.
All right, well, congratulations on a good tournament. Thanks for being so hospitable with me, as usual.
No problem, man. Thank you.
We'll go see if we can catch the coaching staff down here real quick. Looks like they're hanging out for us.
Yep, they sure are.
The clock has just started. We're going to try to go very quickly for the championship game, so we'll get down here. So we can just here as Coach finishes up a conversation.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you. Went in there, your kids hung on, dealt with some adversity, and got a win.
Yeah, we did. You know, I really like this team, and I think we're at times we can throw it all over the court, which we did, but for the most part, we really compete. We just got to do a better job of understanding game situations. When we get a stop, you're up 2, 4, whatever it may be. We got to run good offense. We can't throw it ahead and turn it over. You know, we gave them multiple chances there late, and just like the last play, we're supposed to be switching everything. We don't. Kid gets it. Watson's a good shooter. I was surprised he missed it.
Yeah, well, he did, and you got the win. Ended up being a good tournament for you guys. I think people thought maybe you should have been a seeded team in this tournament. You weren't. You end up getting 3rd. Do you think that kind of answers what you thought you were coming into the tournament?
Yeah. I believe we're a top 4 seed. You know, we didn't play well against Brown County last Saturday, but our resume overall is pretty good leading into this tournament. But like I told you the other day, you still got to play who's in front of you. And, you know, West Hancock, a very good team, they're 1 seed. We didn't get it done today against them, but we came out here. This is always a tough game, right? 2 teams, you're upset, you're down, you got beat, don't try to play in the finals. But, you know, we came out, we competed, and found a way to win.
Well, congratulations on a good tournament. We'll see you down the road. All right, guys, we'll send it back to you for a quick wrap-up. Just about ready for the championship game here at the 79th Annual Macomb Western Holiday Tournament.
All righty, thank you, Dwayne. Thank you to the coaches, Jeremy Anderson, John Grisnich. Some last game thoughts here on our Ron Elby Auto Sales post-game show. Addressing some of the comments here, that foul call, or the out-of-bounds call right here. Yeah, of course, it's a very close call right there at the line with 7 seconds left on the clock. Sure, if it's a missed call by the official, absolutely. It doesn't have any outcome on the game. You still have to execute on the offensive side of the ball, right?
Absolutely.
So, and Joe Buck's a great announcer. I'm going to leave it at that. So for the Ron Elby Auto Sales post-game show, and for Chris Frankhauser, myself, John Reynolds, and Wyatt Reed, bringing you the coverage of the 79th Annual Macomb Western Holiday Tournament, saying so long, and we'll see you in a few minutes for the West Hancock Titans and the Illini West Chargers championship game here in just a moment. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.